The tight economic times have made a lot of workers in offices across the country nervous. Michelle DeAngelis has some advice to help calm those jitters. The career coach has written a book with an unusual title to steer people in the right direction. Phil Mateer sat down with her to get some advice.
You know, Michelle, get a life that doesn't suck. These days, most people, at least in the workplace, are just trying to get by. Any tips for that?
I know there is a bit of a difference, and I know it is incredibly difficult right now. My coaching and consulting clients this is a very unusual time. I'm seeing something I've never seen before. Even the most confident people are second-guessing themselves.
Well, it's not easy when you get reports around about businesses in trouble, and also when you have layoffs right in your own office and people are getting tapped around you. It's very stressful. Do you have any, and people are saying, how do I keep my job? Do you have any tips on that?
Right. Well, yes, the first thing is to not close up into your shell, lock yourself in your office, and go into, entrenched mode. If anything, you need to communicate more with your boss, volunteer to do more, even though I know people are stressed out. Take on the project. The purpose of you being at work is to help the company and to make your boss look good and to add value. So whatever you can volunteer to do or take the initiative to do that will allow you to do all those things and add value is what people need to step up and do. And I know that can mean 30 minutes less sleep every night when really what you need is more sleep. So it's a matter of choosing what will allow you to appear to be the most valuable and the person they could not do without at work.
You know, a lot of people's anxiety stems from sort of this gap between what they want to do and what they actually accomplish. And it leads to a lot of feelings of frustration and sort of overwhelm.
The gap is really the key, and it's what's unique about my book. The gap is the difference between what people think and what they actually do. And so I'll give you a few examples. I'm going to get up every morning at 5 o'clock this week and run, and I sleep in.
Right.
That's a gap.
Right, and then you feel guilty for not having run.
And that sucks, right? Hence the title of the book. Or I'll be sure to call you next week for lunch, and I don't call. Or I promise to take my kids to the zoo and I don't do it. So living in that gap, that space, is being out of integrity, it's out of alignment. It's like, my God, I can't even believe myself. So the way to get out of that is to close that gap. And the best way to start is to find out where you have gaps. So I created a test for people that they can go online and take it. It's at getalifethatdoesn'tsuck.com, and it's free and it's easy, and it will show you your 3 biggest gaps and give you tips about how to close them.
I noticed that in your book, one of the things you point out is to take a breath, to take a break, to take what is it, 10 seconds or 30 seconds between getting good news or bad news or stressful news at a workplace and just taking that pause?
Yes, and I'm sure it's the old wives' tale of count to 10. It was founded in science and reality. Scientists at the University of California, San Francisco found out 30 years ago that you only need half of a second between stimulus and response, between I just got my pink slip and I want to lunge across the desk at my boss. And that half of a second allows you to take a breath, let the reptilian brain get out of the way, the one that can overreact, and let the more sophisticated brain step into play. So taking a breath is it sounds really corny. It's actually incredibly neurologically based. It allows a better you to show up to handle that problem or that pink slip.